Welcome back. Today, it's the ultimate dessert showdown, timeless classics versus viral TikTok treats. Will apple pie and chocolate chip cookies hold their crown, or will trendy hits steal the spotlight? We'll bake, taste, and let special guests decide which desserts truly reign supreme. Whether you're a baking pro or a newbie, you'll find something to love. Grab your apron, let the battle begin. All right, let's kick things off with a true icon. A dessert that evokes memories of cozy kitchens, family gatherings, and the sweet taste of home. First up for Team Classic, the all-American apple pie. This isn't just any dessert, it's a symbol of tradition, comfort, and good old-fashioned baking. We're talking about a flaky, buttery crust enveloping a warm, spiced apple filling that's both sweet and tart. So how do we bring this classic to life? It all starts with the crust. For the crust, mix 2½ cups flour. We're using all-purpose flour here, but feel free to experiment with whole wheat for a nuttier flavor. Next, add 1 teaspoon salt. This enhances the flavors of all the other ingredients and balances the sweetness. And 1 teaspoon sugar, just a touch to add a hint of sweetness to the crust itself. Now for the key ingredient, 1 cup cold butter. Make sure it's very cold, cut into small cubes. This is crucial for creating those flaky layers in the crust. The cold butter will create steam as it bakes, separating the layers of dough. Add 1/2 cup ice water until dough forms. The colder the water, the better. Add it gradually, mixing until the dough just comes together. Overmixing will develop the gluten and result in a tough crust, and we don't want that. Divide, wrap, and chill. Divide the dough into 2 equal discs, wrap them tightly in plastic wrap, and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes. This allows the gluten to relax, making the dough easier to roll out. While the dough is chilling, let's move on to the star of the show, the apple filling. Slice 8 apples. Granny Smith and Honeycrisp work great. A mix of tart and sweet apples creates the perfect flavor balance. Feel free to experiment with other varieties like Fuji or Gala. Toss with lemon juice. This prevents the apples from browning and adds a touch of brightness to the filling. Next, add 3/4 cup sugar. Granulated sugar provides the main sweetness for our filling, and 1/4 cup brown sugar. Brown sugar adds a warm, molasses-like flavor that complements the apples beautifully. Then, 1/4 cup flour. This helps to thicken the filling as it bakes, preventing it from becoming too runny. Now for the spices, 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Cinnamon is a classic apple pie spice, adding warmth and depth of flavor. And 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg. Nutmeg adds a subtle, nutty flavor that enhances the other spices. Finally, a pinch of allspice. Allspice adds a complex blend of flavors, including cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. Once the dough has chilled, roll out 1 dough disc. Aim for a circle that's about 12 inches in diameter, fit into a 9-inch pie plate, and trim edges. Gently press the dough into the bottom and sides of the pie plate, then trim off any excess dough. Add apple filling. Pile the spiced apple mixture into the prepared pie crust. Dot with 2 tablespoons butter. This adds richness and flavor to the filling as it bakes. Roll out the second dough disc for the top. Just like the bottom crust, aim for a 12-inch circle. Go classic or make a lattice. For a classic top crust, simply place the dough circle over the filling and crimp the edges to seal. For a lattice top, cut the dough into strips and weave them over the filling. Crimp edges, brush with egg wash. Crimp the edges of the crust to seal the top and bottom layers together. Then, brush the top crust with an egg wash for a golden brown color, and sprinkle with sugar. This adds a touch of sweetness and sparkle to the finished pie. Bake at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. The initial high temperature helps to set the crust and prevent it from becoming soggy. Then 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes until golden and bubbly. Reduce the temperature to allow the filling to cook through without burning the crust. The aroma is pure comfort. It fills the kitchen with the sweet scent of apples, cinnamon, and warm butter. This is why apple pie is a classic. It's a dessert that transcends generations, bringing people together with its simple yet satisfying flavors. Let it cool before slicing for the perfect piece. This allows the filling to set and prevents it from running out when you cut into it. Will this nostalgic favorite win the taste test? Can its timeless appeal stand up against the modern creations? Stay tuned for the verdict. The competition is fierce, and the judges are ready to taste. Optional. Serve with vanilla ice cream for extra points. A scoop of vanilla ice cream melting over a warm slice of apple pie is the ultimate indulgence. That's Team Classic's opening move, a dessert that's been loved for generations. But can TikTok top it? Can the latest viral dessert trends dethrone this American classic? Let's move on to the next contender. The pressure is on and the stakes are high. The battle is just heating up. Who will emerge victorious in this dessert showdown? On to the cookies. Let's see what Team TikTok has in store for us. Next, the unbeatable chocolate chip cookie, chewy, crispy, and packed with chocolate. Cream, 1 cup butter with 3/4 cup each sugar and brown sugar. Add 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Mix in 2 1/4 cups flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt. Fold in 2 cups chocolate chips. Chill dough for 30 minutes for best flavor. Scoop onto baking sheets. Bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 9-11 minutes. Let cool, slightly enjoy gooey centers and crispy edges. Simple, nostalgic, and always a crowd pleaser. Can TikTok's quick treats compete? Let's find out. Last, but certainly not least, we have a contender for Team Classic, the quintessential homemade cinnamon roll. These are the rolls that evoke memories of cozy kitchens and comforting aromas. We're talking about gooey cinnamon rolls, generously slathered with a luscious cream cheese frosting. The kind where the frosting melts ever so slightly into the warm crevices of the roll. It's a symphony of textures and flavors, a true indulgence. The journey begins with the dough, and for this classic, we're using 1 cup of warm milk. The warmth is key as it activates the yeast and sets the stage for a light and airy texture. Next up, 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. This is the magic ingredient that will give our rolls their signature rise and fluffy interior. Watch as it blooms in the warm milk, a sign that it's ready to work its wonders. A touch of sweetness is essential, so we're adding 1/4 cup of sugar. This not only enhances the flavor, but also provides food for the yeast, helping it to thrive. For richness and moisture, we incorporate 1 whole egg plus 1 yolk. The extra yolk adds a luxurious tenderness to the dough, making each bite melt in your mouth. And of course, we can't forget the butter. 1/4 cup of melted butter adds flavor and helps to create a soft and pliable dough. The foundation of our dough is 3 cups of flour. All-purpose flour works perfectly here, providing the structure and substance we need. And finally, a pinch of balance, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This enhances the other flavors and prevents the rolls from tasting bland. Now comes the waiting game. We let the dough rise in a warm place until it has doubled in size. This is crucial for achieving that light and airy texture we're after. While the dough rises, we prepare the filling. We start by mixing 1/4 cup of softened butter. Then we add 1/2 cup of brown sugar. The molasses in brown sugar adds a depth of flavor and a delightful caramel-like note. And the star of the show, 1.5 TBSP of ground cinnamon for that warm, comforting, and undeniably cinnamon roll-esque filling. Once the dough has doubled, we roll it out into a large rectangle, ready to receive its delicious filling. We generously spread the butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon mixture evenly over the entire surface of the dough. Then we carefully roll the dough up tightly into a log, creating those beautiful spirals that define a cinnamon roll, and slice the log into individual rolls. We place the rolls in a baking pan, nestled closely together, and let them rise again for a second proofing. This ensures they're extra light and fluffy when baked. Finally, we bake them in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20-25 minutes until they're golden brown and irresistibly fragrant. While the rolls are baking, we prepare the cream cheese frosting. We start by beating 4 ounces of cream cheese until smooth and creamy. Then we add 2 TBSP of softened butter, which adds richness and helps to create a smooth and spreadable frosting. Next, we incorporate 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, also known as confectioner's sugar, for sweetness and a delicate texture. And a touch of vanilla extract, 1/2 TSAP, to enhance the flavors and add a hint of warmth. Once the rolls are out of the oven, we frost them generously while they're still warm. This allows the frosting to melt slightly and seep into every nook and cranny, ensuring maximum gooiness in every bite. The smell alone is irresistible, filling the kitchen with the comforting aroma of cinnamon, sugar, and warm dough. But the ultimate question remains, will these classic rolls outshine the viral sensations of TikTok? Can tradition stand its ground against the innovative twists of the internet? Only the taste test will tell. Let's see if this timeless recipe can capture our hearts and taste buds just as much as, or even more than, the trendy newcomers. Now, with the classic contender ready to go, let's shift our focus and see what Team TikTok brings to the table. What innovative flavors and techniques will they employ in their quest for cinnamon roll supremacy? Team TikTok starts strong with whipped coffee, Dalgona style. Whip 2 TVSP each instant coffee, sugar, and hot water until fluffy. Spoon over a glass of milk and ice. Stir before sipping for a creamy, trendy treat. It's quick, photogenic, and totally viral. Can this simple sensation beat the classics? Only the taste test will tell. Try it with different milks for your own twist. TikTok's first entry is all about style and speed. Will it win on flavor? Let's keep going. Next, the Oreo mug cake in minutes. No oven needed. Crush 4-5 Oreos in a mug, add 1/4 cup milk mix to a batter. Microwave for 75-90 seconds until set. Optional, add an extra Oreo in the center for a gooey surprise. Top with ice cream or whipped cream if you're feeling fancy. It's the ultimate lazy dessert hack. Fast, fun, and perfect for late-night cravings. But does it taste as good as it looks? TikTok's quick fix faces off against classic comfort. The competition is fierce. Let's see what's next. Bonus round. We're diving into the world of viral sensations, dishes that have taken the internet by storm. Get ready for a culinary adventure that's as fun to make as it is to eat. TikTok's baked feta pasta, the dish that launched 1,000 imitations. So viral, it broke the internet. Everyone was making it, sharing it, and raving about it. It was a feta frenzy. First, place a block of feta in a baking dish. This is the star of our show, the creamy, tangy base of our sauce. Next, surround it generously with sweet and juicy cherry tomatoes. These little bursts of flavor will add a delightful sweetness to balance the feta. Drizzle everything with a generous glug of olive oil. This will help the tomatoes roast beautifully and create a luscious sauce. Add garlic, because what's a good pasta sauce without it? Freshly minced is best, but garlic powder works in a pinch. Now for the seasonings: oregano for that classic Italian flavor, red pepper flakes for a touch of heat, and black pepper to round it all out. Bake in a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30-35 minutes. Keep an eye on it. You want the tomatoes to be nice and soft? Bake until the tomatoes burst and the feta is beautifully golden and softened. The aroma alone is enough to make your mouth water. Once it's out of the oven, mash everything together until it forms a creamy, dreamy sauce. This is where the magic happens. Toss the sauce with your favorite cooked pasta. Any shape will do, but penne or rigatoni work particularly well to capture all that delicious sauce. Add a splash of pasta water if needed to loosen the sauce and help it cling to the pasta. This is a pro tip for extra creamy goodness. Finally, finish with a generous sprinkle of fresh basil. The bright, herbaceous flavor is the perfect finishing touch. It's undeniably savory, but its viral status definitely earns it a spot in this competition. It's a dish that's both delicious and fun. But will this rule-breaking dish steal the show and win over the judges? It's a simple recipe, but sometimes simplicity is key. Only the discerning palates of our taste testers will decide its fate. The pressure is on. TikTok's creativity is on full display with this dish. It's a testament to the power of social media in the culinary world. Which team's dish will ultimately win your vote? The competition is fierce and the stakes are high. The final taste test is just around the corner. Get ready for the moment of truth. Let's wrap up this epic battle of flavors and creativity. It's been a wild ride. It's finally time for the verdict. Who will be crowned the champion? What a showdown. Classics brought comfort. TikTok brought speed and fun. Which dessert wins your heart? Timeless apple pie or a trendy mug cake? Comment below. Team Classic or Team TikTok? Try these recipes at home and let us know your winner. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more delicious battles. See you next time for another sweet showdown.